Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that can completely change your life. Focus. Many people have dreams. Many people have goals. But very few people can stay focused long enough to achieve them. Why? Because the world is full of distractions. Phones, negative thoughts, fear, overthinking, people's opinions, and slowly, your mind becomes weak. You start many things, but finish nothing. But the good news is, focus is not talent. Focus is a skill. And like every skill, you can train it. So today, you will learn 10 powerful lessons to keep your focus strong and protect your mind from distractions. These lessons are simple, practical, and life-changing. Lesson 1. Imagine yourself in the future. One of the biggest reasons people lose focus is because they cannot clearly see where they're going. They wake up every day, but they move without direction. They work, but without vision. They try, but without purpose. And when there is no clear future in your mind, distractions become stronger. Laziness becomes stronger. Excuses become stronger. That is why imagining your future is so powerful, because your future vision gives your mind direction. Think about this. When a person knows exactly where they want to go, they naturally become more focused. For example, if someone truly wants to become healthy, they start thinking differently. They become more careful about food. They exercise more. They protect their energy. Why? Because they can see the future they want. The same thing happens with every goal. When your future becomes clear, your actions become stronger. Now understand this important truth. Your brain follows pictures, not only words. If you constantly imagine failure, your brain becomes weak. If you constantly imagine success, your brain becomes motivated. That is why you must train your mind to see a better future. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your future self. Imagine yourself more confident, more disciplined, more successful, more peaceful. Imagine yourself speaking English fluently. Imagine yourself achieving your goals. Imagine yourself becoming the person you always wanted to become. This is not useless dreaming. This is mental direction. Your brain needs a reason to stay focused. Without a reason, the mind becomes lazy. Many people say, "I cannot focus." But sometimes the real problem is, they don't have a strong vision. When your future excites you, focus becomes easier. Now let's go deeper. Imagining your future also helps during difficult times. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you feel distracted, days when you want to quit. In those moments, your future vision becomes your strength. You remember why you started. You remember what you are building. And this pushes you forward. Think about athletes. Think about successful people. They don't only focus on today's pain, they focus on tomorrow's reward. That future picture gives them energy. Now here is something very important. Your future must feel personal, not someone else's dream. Your dream. Don't imagine success only because other people want it. Imagine a future that truly matters to you. Maybe you want confidence. Maybe you want freedom. Maybe you want peace. Maybe you want to support your family. Whatever it is, make it clear in your mind. Now let's talk about a simple daily habit. Every morning, spend a few minutes imagining your future life. See yourself improving. See yourself growing. See yourself succeeding. Feel it emotionally, not just mentally. This creates strong motivation inside your brain. And slowly, Your daily actions start matching your vision. Now imagine two people. One person has no vision. They move through life without direction. The other person clearly sees their future. They know what they want. They remind themselves every day. Who will stay more focused? The answer is clear. Because focus becomes powerful when purpose becomes clear. Another important thing is this. Your future vision helps you say no to distractions. When you know what you truly want, you stop wasting time on things that destroy your focus. You protect your energy. You protect your attention. You protect your goals. Now remember this powerful line. A clear future creates a focused mind. So don't live without direction. Don't move through life blindly. See your future clearly. Think about it daily. Use it as fuel. Because when your future becomes strong in your mind, your focus becomes stronger in your life. Lesson 2. Figure out where to start. Many people lose focus before they even begin. Not because they are lazy, not because they are weak, but because they feel overwhelmed. They have too many thoughts, too many goals, too many ideas. And because of this, their mind becomes confused. They think, there is too much to do. I don't know where to begin. What if I choose the wrong step? So instead of starting, they keep thinking, and thinking, and thinking. This is one of the biggest enemies of focus. Overthinking without action. Now understand this clearly. You do not need to know every step before you begin. You only need to know the first step. Many people wait for perfect clarity, but clarity often comes after action, not before it. Think about driving at night. You cannot see the entire road. You only see a small part in front of you. But that small light is enough to keep moving. Life works the same way. You don't need to see everything. You just need to start. Now let's take a simple example. Someone wants to improve their English. They think, I need grammar. I need vocabulary. I need confidence. I need pronunciation. I need fluency. And because there are too many things, they feel mentally tired before even starting. But what if they simply started with one small step? For example, I will speak English for 10 minutes daily. Now the goal becomes clear. The mind becomes calm, and focus becomes easier. This is why starting small is powerful. Small action removes mental pressure. Many people think big goals create motivation. But sometimes, big goals create fear. Your brain feels safer when the task feels simple. That is why small beginnings matter. Now here is another important truth. Action creates momentum. When you do one small task, your brain feels progress, and progress creates motivation. But when you do nothing, your mind feels heavy, you feel guilty, you lose focus even more. That is why the first step is so important. Now let's talk about perfection. Many people delay action because they want the perfect plan. They want the perfect time, the perfect mood, the perfect method. But perfection is often just fear hiding behind excuses. No journey starts perfectly. Every successful person started confused, started small, started imperfectly. The difference is, they started. Now imagine two people. One person spends months planning, but never begins. The other person takes one small action every day. After some time, who will move forward? The answer is obvious, because movement creates clarity, not endless thinking. Now here is a powerful habit. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself one simple question. What is the smallest step I can take right now? Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Maybe it is reading one page. Maybe it is practicing English for 5 minutes. Maybe it is writing one idea. Small steps still count. And when you repeat small steps daily, they become big progress. Another important thing is this: do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Many people lose focus because they look at others and feel behind. But every person has a different journey. Focus on your next step, not someone else's results. Now let's go deeper. Starting also builds confidence. Every time you take action, you prove something to yourself. You prove, I can move forward. I can improve. I can handle this. And slowly, your focus becomes stronger because your belief becomes stronger. Now remember this powerful line. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need to begin. Stop waiting for perfect clarity. Stop waiting for perfect confidence. Take one step, then another, because focus grows through action, and action always begins with one small start. Lesson 3. Check in with yourself regularly. Many people are busy all day, but they are not truly focused. They move from one thing to another. Work, phone, social media, random thoughts, distractions, and slowly, their mind becomes noisy. Their energy becomes weak. Their focus disappears. Why does this happen? Because they never stop and check themselves. They never ask, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Is this helping my future? This is why checking in with yourself regularly is so important. It brings awareness, and awareness protects focus. Now understand this clearly. A distracted mind often works automatically. You do things without thinking deeply. You waste time without noticing. You lose energy without understanding why. But when you pause and check yourself, you wake your mind up. You become more conscious, more clear, more focused. Think about a driver on a long road. If the driver never checks direction, the car can slowly move the wrong way. Life works the same way. If you never stop and reflect, you may spend years moving in the wrong direction. Now let's go deeper. Checking in with yourself means observing your thoughts, actions, and habits honestly. For example, maybe you plan to study, but instead, you spend 2 hours scrolling on your phone. Without awareness, you repeat this behavior every day. But if you pause and ask, why did I waste this time? You start understanding yourself better. This understanding helps you improve. Now here is something very important. Checking in with yourself is not about attacking yourself. It is not about saying, I am useless. I always fail. No, it is about honesty and growth. You observe yourself calmly, like a teacher helping a student. For example, I lost focus today because I felt tired. I became distracted because I had no clear plan. This type of reflection is powerful because awareness creates change. Now let's talk about emotions. Sometimes you lose focus not because of laziness, but because something is happening inside you. Stress, fear, pressure, negative thinking. If you ignore these emotions, they slowly damage your focus. But when you check in with yourself, you notice what is happening inside your mind, and this gives you power. Now imagine 2 people. One person lives automatically. No reflection, no awareness, no self-checking. The other person pauses regularly. They observe their thoughts. They learn from mistakes. They adjust their actions. Who will become more focused over time? The answer is clear, because focus grows with awareness. Now here is a simple daily habit. At the end of the day, ask yourself a few questions. What did I do well today? What distracted me today? What can I improve tomorrow? These simple questions create mental clarity